it's like what you talked about through the expansion clubs, right? You got a second team in Los Angeles. You got a team in Atlanta that would never work, right? Even soccer doesn't work in the South. And,
Yeah.
Charlotte has come in and been awesome. St. Louis this year is flying. These expansion clubs that make their mark on Major League Soccer, it just opens up a new market. Minnesota is awesome. It is a lovely, lovely place to watch soccer. And Minnesota is one of my favorite stories in American soccer because it's a club that no one wanted, right? The leagues didn't want them. The owners kept swapping back and forth who would actually own the team. No one wanted Minnesota because why would anyone want to live in Minnesota? And then somehow, some way, they found someone to care about that club enough, got them to NASL, and then now they're rocking and rolling in Major League Soccer. A beautiful new stadium in St. Paul, and beautiful kits and a fantastic Twitter admin. Like, they're just great. And the next step is getting results on the pitch. The fact that no one wanted to be in Minnesota and now they're one of MLS's most endearing clubs, that's the progression of MLS since I've come into the league. Because I think Orlando was the 20th club or the 21st club, and we've grown 9 since then. Los Angeles has been really great for the league. The LAFC and the Galaxy and El Tráfico, Charlotte coming in an NFL stadium and them doing so well with attendance. Atlanta United winning MLS Cup, much to my chagrin as someone who is a product of a fabricated rivalry in Major League Soccer. Orlando and Atlanta still don't get along very good, but it's cool to see though these expansion clubs hit the ground running, and I really hate the kind of the subculture of that with these legacy clubs like Dallas and LA Galaxy and Salt Lakes of the world and Colorados of the world. They're falling behind, and Seattle's been like the standout of all of that. Seattle and Portland, but mostly Seattle have kind of beaten that trend. So it's cool to see it's not completely taken over by the new kids, but there's still a lot of passion from a club that started in 1974 versus a club that started in 2019. So Major League Soccer has filled in the gaps of different pockets of America that would love soccer, and they've filled most of those pockets. So I still think there's a couple more to go. My perfect idea of what Major League Soccer might be is you get to 40 teams, you split it, MLS 1, MLS 2, kind of set it up like the Bundesliga and roll with it. But I'm not Don Garber, and I can't pretend to be, but it's that would be my plan going forward. But ultimately, I think Major League Soccer is fantastic. This new deal with Apple that we mentioned earlier has been such a big added benefit, because not only are you getting live matches every Saturday available to you, replays available on the same app, but you're getting a lot of exclusive content that you wouldn't get anywhere else, which is really, really great, all in one place.
Yeah.
So good for Apple and good for MLS.
100%. Yeah, great for Apple and great for MLS. I think that at the end of the day, you still see, complaints on social media from folks, right, who are complaining maybe about the price point for entry, or the fact that, they don't regularly watch Apple TV, and why would they go out of their way to download it? Or even certain people who are making, potentially leaking information about projections and how many subscriptions Apple was expected to get versus where they are today. Putting all of that aside, I still think it's a major milestone for this league, for soccer in America. And I think it's proving grounds for Apple. I think that they want to prove that they can handle a league as thriving and as, at this point, 29 teams, big as MLS, to showcase that they can be a hub, not just for American soccer, but for soccer abroad as well. That's kind of my bold prediction.